A good day to you. Thank you very much for joining us right here on ZTN News Blitz. Let's take a quick look at our top stories. Zimsec blunder, candidates miss examination. Road accidents claim 5 lives daily in Zimbabwe. Man awaits for death in his grave. We'll be giving you more. And in sports, Warriors star Zamura on course for EPL return. And now for the news in greater detail. Some ordinary level students in Zimbabwe missed one of their examinations yesterday after a mix-up on the examination timetable. According to the master timetable, Agriculture Paper 1 multiple choice was scheduled for yesterday, but the candidates' statements of entry indicated the paper was set for the 15th of January 2021. In the end, some schools resorted to calling in candidates to come for the examinations, and as a result, the majority of candidates missed the exam. The Zimbabwe Schools Examination Council has admitted that there was an error, and however, a director at Zimsec, Dr. Lazarus Nembaware, said no students missed the examinations.
Statement of entry and the timetable, which is displayed at every examination center, they follow the timetable. And the candidates who wrote agriculture started to go to their centers to write exams from the 1st of December. So they were able to see the timetable at their centers. And the SOP is, if there is conflict, you must follow the timetable. So I would be very much surprised where a candidate says, I could not write because I was reading my statement of entry and not the timetable.
There was another mix-up on maps used in the geography paper, but Zimsec maintains the problem was timelessly rectified.
We failed to see that problem and raised the issue on the day of the examination. They did one of the following. Allow the examination to go on from question number 13 to 40 while they are being given the maps by our Zimsec regional managers. Quarantine the students if the time is over, waiting for the maps to come. And my report from all regions on the 8th of November, every candidate who registered for Geography Paper 1 wrote the examination.
Moving on, Zanu PF First Secretary President Emerson Mnangagwa says aggrieved members must follow the party's constitution to air their grievances. Addressing the party's Politburo meeting in Harare today, the president discouraged members from taking their concerns to both mainstream and social media. His remark follows queries by some party members during and after the recent District Coordinating Committee elections.
Following processes such as the past DCC elections, party cadres are well within their rights to make representations on matters of concern within the framework of our Constitution. However, in doing so, loyalty and discipline, as expressed through understanding and adherence of the party constitution, ethics and guiding principles must always be at the core. I therefore want to dissuade our members from using both the mainline and social media to express their grievances. Doing so amounts to bringing the name of the party in disrepute.
Meanwhile, the president said he was humbled to receive the freedom of the city of Victoria Falls last week, pointing to the fact that the city is run predominantly opposition councillors. And President Mnangagwa said the gesture was testimony that the country is moving towards collaborative politics.
In keeping with the ongoing quest to immortalize our rich liberation heritage, I was humbled to receive an honor by the residents of Victoria Falls through their local authority, the Victoria Falls City Council, who conferred on me the freedom of the city status. The fact that this was done by an opposition-dominated council attests.
An average of 5 people die on Zimbabwe's roads daily. According to statistics from the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe, over 2,000 people are killed in road accidents annually, with Friday nights to Sundays being the worst days in terms of road collisions. Now, Zimbabwe's Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development, Dr. Joel Bigimatiza, says police will enforce strict measures to inspect and control traffic to minimize carnage this festive season.
Once again, may I appeal to all those driving vehicles on our roads to avoid overloading by carrying excess goods or passengers. Overloading is a recipe for inducing tire bursts and loss of control that will inevitably lead to road traffic collisions. Please check your tires to ensure safe and legally acceptable tread depths. Tire pressure must be regularly checked. Research has proven that in hot seasons, underinflated tires generate more heat than a correctly inflated tire.
Water levels in Zimbabwe's major dams continue to rise following rainfall activity that is being experienced in most parts of the country. According to the Zimbabwe National Water Authority, the national dam level average stood at 43.5% as at 14th of December, marking a 6.99% increase over a period of 7 days. Around this time last year, the national dam water level stood at 50%. Zinwa spokesperson Marjorie Munyonga spoke to ZTN.
We've also seen a number of smaller sized dams that are already full and spilling, and these include Ngwenya Dam, Lower Omguza, Exchange, Pollards, Nyangombe, Bulilama, Nyajena, Lower Zimbabwe, Padres Pool, Somalala, and Bangazani. While the water levels in the dams continue improving, the need to conserve the precious resource still remains. And as a Zinwa, we are urging all water users across the board to continue using the available water resources sparingly and to have the relevant documents that pertain to water use.
Still with water, the weatherman says thunderstorms, heavy rains are expected over much of the country from today through to Sunday, the 20th of December, with potential of flooding in some parts. Matabeleland North, Matabeleland South, Bulawayo Midlands and Masvingo provinces are expected to experience heavy downpours in excess of 50 millimeters in 24 hours. Deputy Director Public Weather Services at the Meteorological Services Department, Chief Linia Gopo, gives us more.
We encourage the whole of Zimbabwe to watch out for flash flooding or sudden flashes of water, potential exposure to lightning strikes. You better be indoors whenever a storm starts, as we are recording and reporting more death due to lightning. Collapse of huts or houses from excessive moisture is something also to watch out for. Open drains that may be covered with water and trees falling on the road due to strong winds. This is another thing that you should watch for. We encourage the general public not to park their cars under trees, as this can actually result in some losses if trees fall upon these cars. This is what we encourage you to do as the Meteorological Services Department. Take caution on the road, as they may be treacherous. Everybody needs to watch out. Whenever it's raining, the visibility is very poor, and everybody should take.
Now, the burial of Tapiwa Makore, a miner from Murewa who was murdered in a suspected ritual killing, has been set for the 9th of January next year. Tapiwa was murdered in September and DNA results were delaying the burial. And according to results availed yesterday, some of the recovered body parts were mismatched. Police are still searching for the missing head. ZTN spoke to the Makore family spokesperson Beulah Musupai.
tazongofunga sefamily, tagara pasi sefamily, taona kuti takuita burial zviripo zvacho izvozvo zviri positive. Ratagara pasi ezvinezvi taarrange for 9 January.
Now, in a tale that reads stranger than fiction, an elderly man in China suffering from terminal cancer has hired workers to dig his grave so he could wait to die in the pit after losing all hopes of recovery. The 79-year-old was said to have been riddled with pain after undergoing numerous treatments to battle lymphoma cancer. As his health continued to worsen, the patient eventually tried to end his life to avoid being a burden to his wife and children. The man is said to be in stable condition after he was lifted out of the pit by police in southern China's Wuhan province. And that story leads us to our sports news. Bournemouth's great form in championship could mean 2 Zimbabwean players in the Premier League next season. Jordan Zemura signed a new contract at the club, which will see him remain at Vitality Stadium until 2022. Last night, Bournemouth continued with their march, edging 10-man Wycombe 1-0 and move to the top of the log. Although the Zimbabwean did not feature, he is aware he has a chance to join Aston Villa's marvellous Nakamba next season. Felicitas Kwangwa warmed up for official Sherry debut in a friendly match yesterday. Kwangwa was a starter when her Sherry Storm team played Saracens, the Mavericks, in a pre-season friendly. Sherry Storm begin their 2021 official pre-season preparations this weekend. The Vitality Super League team will be part of the Netball Rise Again Festival in Manchester, and this will be Kwangwa's first competitive match for her new team. Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis has signed a contract extension worth a reported $228.2 million, the richest in NBA history. His agent confirmed the details of the contract to ESPN, with the total value beating the mark of $228 million set by Houston Rockets guard James Harden in 2017. Greek forward Giannis, who was drafted 15th overall by the Bucks in 2013, would have been eligible for free agency after the 2020-2021 season if he had not signed. And that's all we had for you on News Blitz. Thank you very much for watching.